Hi there. So I've changed my setup a little bit. I'm trying to get it to feel more cozy, and I wouldn't say it's exactly what I want yet, but we're getting closer. I'm just kind of sitting on the floor cross-legged versus sitting in a chair. I mean, this is the way I like to sit. So I'm more comfortable, and I was going to do a pick a card for what should I be focusing on right now. And as I told myself I was about to sit down to do it, my spirit guide spoke up and said, Julie, you know what you're supposed to be focusing on right now. And I was like, oh yeah, I have plenty to do here, don't I? And then I proceeded to clean up my room and straighten things out and do some things that I had been neglecting to do. So that brings me to this idea where we're going to ask your higher self to chime in on what you should be focusing on, but it'll be something you already know about. So it's really just a confirmation that this whole thing works, right? It's like you're new to pick-a-cards, or you're just playing around, or you're a little bit lonely, or you're procrastinating. This pick-a-card helps you move into something you already know, which may be fun to realize that Spirit's right there with you, that your higher self is there, that you are on point, that your intuition is working, that you know what to do, that you can trust yourself, and that the energies can be read. So let's see how it goes. Okay? We are going to do pick one, pick two, and pick three. So pick one, pick two, and pick three. These organite pyramids. I just got some dust flying around in my face, so I guess I didn't dust these when I just moved things around. So 1, 2, or 3. Take your time. Pause if you need to. Let's start with number 1. Pick 1. 250. Okay. With guidance from your higher self, what should you be focusing on right now? Okay. Your inner guidance is real and trustworthy. So the first thing we're starting out with is a reassurance that you already know. You do already know. Oh good, you're in the right place. We said you'd already know. Keep your eyes on your targeted intention. So what should you be focusing on? You should be focusing on what you want. Not the how you're going to get there, not the things that are in your way of getting there, not the fact that it's not here yet. Just keep your eye on your targeted intention. What is your intention with every move? What should you be focusing on? Energy healing work. Okay. Are you familiar with Reiki? I do something that is more along the lines of quantum healing. It's another form of energy work. Basically, it's just working with the energy plane, the energy body, which translates to the physical plane, where the energy is more dense. So energetic work is often done in this higher plane, and then the effects can trickle down and take effect into the dense third dimension. What should you be focusing on? I'm going to get one more card here of this deck. romance. Romance angels are helping you. So if these romance angels are helping you and your inner guidance is real and trustworthy, it seems like they are trying to get a message to you. And they want you to keep your eye on the prize. Like, while they give these messages to you, they're like, yeah, keep going. But we are helping you. We are giving you guidance. And we are giving you guidance towards what your targeted intention is. The energy healing work comes in to release the things that are keeping you from doing what the guidance has told you to do. Okay, so what are we working on with our energy healing work? What is it that we need to target with our energy healing work? Please, Spirit. Just looking for which deck it's going to be. Sorry if you can hear my washing machine. I'm just thankful to have it. Energy healing work. It's on your self-worth, on your valuing of yourself, on your outlook of life. Beauty is the card that came up. So when your energy healing work is coming in on self-healing, restoring the beauty in yourself, in your heart, and in the way you see others. Letting go of anything you've been holding on to from the past. Embracing the new opportunities. So this energy work is really to loosen a bunch of stuck debris. As I'm flipping these cards, these all came out. So I'm just peace of mind. Just coming back to that peaceful spot. There's some tension in here. There's some tension in here that you've been holding on, some stress, some holding on to stress, and it's interfering with new opportunities and the beauty of life that you want to be experiencing. So ask yourself, what makes you feel beautiful? And then give yourself everything that the answer is. Making new friends even comes up. So you have some blocks. These are all blocks that would have originated in childhood, I would think. Making new friends, new opportunities, and beauty. It's like your life is about to get some sort of rebirth or reboot. You're just like letting go, and you have to like trust in that. Trust in that what you're letting go of is meant to go, because you have new opportunities, new friends, and the beauty of life to enjoy. And whatever is stuck, whatever's holding on, is what you may benefit from energy healing work with. So energy healing work can come in the form of you or another holding space for you energetically to break apart a debris and to move through it. And you may need to trace it back into the initial memory to see what it is. But you are being guided. If you're going to get still, get into nature, get that stillness, get in the bathtub, get into the place where you can hear yourself. And then just take your guidance. It's going to lead you through releasing each of these things, okay? It seems like you're close to a manifestation here, and your guides are working you up to this place where you're going to bring yourself through to another way to live. But what you're leaving behind is a bunch of stuff you've already lived out. Like, you've already done all the stuff you're looping in right now, having to do with, stuff that doesn't feel good about your beauty, the stuff that you're holding on to. New opportunities and new friends, because you can feel that it's time. And meanwhile, you are having some loops, so notice the patterns. Those patterns are the key to your freedom. You should be focusing on energy healing work of the loops. another way to call it is shadow work. It's finding out what is looping in your energy so that you can integrate it and free yourself to go live this new life. There may be some things that you've been feeling about certain people and certain things that you've been doing that it just feels off now. It feels like your inner guidance is telling you that we're done with that. That's not in line with who we really are, what we really want. Skills assessment. Take an honest look at what the skills are that you have. This will reveal places where you need improvements. And this will also reveal the places that you need to rely on in order to get you out of the space you're in. Like, a skills assessment is a good way to be fresh on your feet with what you know you're good at. And that is a boost to yourself, to your intention, and to your target. And your vibration raises when you're in that space so that you can hear your guidance better. You are being called to have faith, even though everything's kind of unclear. There's a lot of fear looming around and looping around. There are things that have happened in your past that it's like, why would you expect differently from the future when that's how the past always went? And what this is saying is, yeah, that's true. That's all true. That's what you're letting go of, is that past energy. And it does seem kind of up in the air, kind of hidden. There's a lot of emotional stuff to maybe sift through, and it doesn't seem clear right now. There's a lot that's not clear. That's why when you're focusing on your skill set, you're bringing your attention right back to yourself, in your present moment, in yourself, within yourself. You know what you are capable of. And that is where all your power is. Putting your focus within yourself is where all your power is. So you should be focusing on yourself, dealing with yourself, loving yourself, being comforting to yourself, listening to yourself. Oh, and these cards came out, and I feel like that's the last of them. You should be focusing on yourself. The first house, self. That's who we are in the world. And friendship. Making new friends is important. It's probably part of the skill set you have. There may be other people going through what you're going through. But there is some opportunity here. It may come through being vulnerable about the issues that you're working through. This deception card came out, and this is kind of like that moon energy where things aren't exactly all clear. But since it came up with friendship, I want you to really make sure that the friendships you are keeping are good for you. If you have some inner guidance about a friendship that it's time to let go of, you should let that go. You should listen to your inner guidance. You should heal the part of yourself that needed that friendship, even though it was deceptive. Love the part of yourself that wanted to see the best in somebody else, that wanted to ignore and make excuses for it and justify behavior that was less than what you were worthy of. Yeah, let me know in the comments if any of this resonates. But really, it looks like your guidance, your higher self, it has you on track of kind of shedding things out of your life, that old beliefs, old things that you thought about yourself, about your beauty, about the beauty of life, about the beauty of others. And kind of sifting out people to make room for the new opportunities that you have coming and the new friendships that you are to be lined up with. And even in the realm of romance, of course, this counts, because of course that starts with a friendship anyway. But in doing all of this shadow work, one of the important things about this spread is that it highlights that you should keep your eye on your targeted intention. Don't get lost in the shadow work. Don't let yourself get pulled into those loops, and if you do, it's okay. Forgive yourself and come back to center when you can. But by keeping your eye on the targeted intention, you're not losing and going back to sleep and going back into the loop. You're watching the loop. Even when it's happening, you can see, you're like, oh, I've done this before. This is that way that I always feel. This is how I always get treated by certain people. This is the way that I've been feeling every time this happens. Like every time that's said to me, every time I see that commercial, every time I hear that song. Whatever the pattern is, notice it and love it and be there for yourself through it, and knowing that what you're doing is working towards this intention which you're being guided through. And part of your being guided through is having your attention brought to the upset, the loop, the pattern, so that it can be loved and released. And an energy worker, an energy healing, can assist with this, okay? There are lots of very talented energy healers out there. And whether you go on the 3D plane and do like Reiki energy, or if you go on the quantum plane and work from a higher level, those can all be done at a distance. So there's a lot of opportunity for this to happen these days. You don't even have to go to a place, all right? I don't know why that was important to say, but even if you're stuck at home, this is available to you. This card, it wants to come out before I close this down. Pay attention to your dreams. Your dream is what you're keeping your eye on, your targeted intention. You're working towards something very important to you. So enjoy. Thank you. Thank you for being with me. Pick number 1. And good job. Okay, pick number 2. Let's see what your guides have been talking to you about. Let's see what should you be focused on now. I'm just looking over my decks here to see which one I should be using. What should you be focused on now? Yep, feeling this deck. What should you be focused on now? New career. Your work focus is shifting in a positive, new, and successful direction. Just going to see if there's anything else in this deck. Yep. Okay, you're birthing something new, or you're actually pregnant, but sometimes this card just means you're birthing something new, like a new business or a new position within your company. The birth of a child brings great blessings to you and the world. It could actually be a pregnancy that you are focusing on, that you're changing your career for. And then easy does it. So take it easy here. Like, don't rush in. You haven't missed the boat. This isn't something you have to facilitate or control or manipulate. Stop trying so hard to control everything, and all the doors will open for you. So you've known that this change in your career is coming. And maybe it's because you know you have this idea you're going to birth into life, or maybe it's because you know that you're going to birth life. But either way, you know that this career is shifting and changing. And this is a general reading, so it could be a different case for different people who are watching at different times. Children comes in. So if you don't already have children that you should be focusing on now, and then this is talking about your connection to your inner child. Your connection with children is part of your life's purpose. So your new career is going to pertain to children. Okay, Spirit, let's see. What do we want to know about this? What should they be doing? What should they be focusing on? If they're taking it easy, then is there anything that will help? Your day-to-day life, taking care of your day-to-day life, the daily ins and outs of what you do in a day are very important. Accepting the things you can't control. So, okay. I'm getting this energy of like you are a go-getter. When you have your mind set on something, you go for it, and there's nothing that's going to stop you. So you know that this new thing that you're going to do is going to succeed. You know it because you have your mind set on it. So they're just saying kind of back up, back off, go easy about this. Because there are things that you're going to need to accept along the way that won't go along with the controlling kind of behavior that you may be inclined to. You kind of want to just get that work done, but there's things that you're going to have to accept along the way. So practice being accepting things that you don't like even. There's some contradictions that are going to be present in the situation. So you are being urged to get good with contradictions. Find acceptance for the things that you don't like. Even if you don't like them, can you find a way to accept that somebody on this earth needs that experience to evolve their soul? Somebody on this earth needs that experience. And can we accept that that's the experience we're having? Can we accept that something that's true, the opposite is also true? So contradictions, paradox, it all exists. And there's something about this that's important to your transition. Welcome. It's like you're on this welcome committee for this new life. Well, a welcome in the new life. Don't force it, manipulate it, coerce it, or call it in. Just welcome it when it comes. And it may come with some contradictions. There may be some things to accept about it. And it's going to change what you do on a daily basis. Is there any other advice, Spirit? I feel like it's complete, guys. I feel like maybe this was just a little confirmation for you and a little heads up about some of the stuff that might be coming your way. But they're kind of saying, like, relax, be easy through this, because, you know, if you had it all figured out, you might be bored. There's going to be some things in here that, you know, you may not know about that might be contradictory, that you're going to have to accept. And they just want you to welcome in what comes, come what may. So it's kind of like that energy of unconditional love, right? Which is very important for working with children. Creating the win-win-win with anything new that you bring to the world. But yeah, really relax. Really just welcome in what's coming for you. You've set yourself up for this successful new career, this new thing you're doing. You're right on track. Things are changing. That can be nerve-wracking, but we're just asking you to work through and accept those things, what needs to be said. I wasn't going to go for this other deck, but I'm just doing it. What needs to be said? I could talk to you all night. So maybe there's some communication that you've been enjoying. Whether it be with your spirit, with your child, with, an unborn child. I'm going to just assume that this is a message specific for somebody here, okay? So just let somebody know that you appreciate their support, and that it feels so comforting to you. Yeah. Okay, pick number 2. It was lovely to spend this time with you, and absolutely enjoy these new endeavors. Thank you for bringing new things, new creations to the world, and especially for bringing that unconditional love to our children. Hi, pile 3. Pick 3. We're looking at what should you be focusing on right now. And this is something that your higher self or your guides would have already have you on the case of. You already kind of know about this thing, so this is more like just for fun, confirmation, not alone, feeling maybe a reminder, a little push. We'll see what happens, okay? I'm getting the urge to go with this deck. So what should you be focused on right now? A new opportunity. Environmental awareness. So there's something around you right now. They do want you to take notice. It may have to do with animals. It may come through communication. It's divinely inspired. It's something that you may have wanted since childhood, or something like that affects you on a very deep level. It could be like a childhood dream come true, in fact. Visualization. Alright, what's coming is, can you picture yourself in this new opportunity? You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it, but there's something in your inner child, in your life from the past, that would keep you from jumping on this opportunity, okay? Can you not quite picture yourself in this opportunity? Because it's something you haven't experienced before. And it's something that you may have believed you couldn't experience or couldn't achieve. Okay. I'm just going to get some supporting cards for each of these, okay? And then we'll go from there. Don't worry. If this is a, opportunity that's meant for you, it will come back around or something better. You don't ever miss your destiny, okay? I mean, it is a 2-year loop to stay in your fate, but what's 2 years? In my experience, I found that fate loops around for 2-year cycles. It may have changed, but this was years ago. I was given this information from my guides that if I stayed on a fate loop, which I was in a relationship, and it was time for me to make a decision about that relationship. Had I had enough, or was I going to keep going? And basically it was like a relationship that was meant to show me a lesson, but I didn't know it. And I was really hoping for like happily ever after. I was kind of in a fairy tale land about it. So I stayed on for that. At the time they gave me a choice, I stayed on. And it was 2 years before I was able to get off that loop again. And it was called a fate. So fate is what teaches us the lessons that we came to learn as our soul. And then destiny is where our soul's going. So the fate is the information we needed to gather to go on to the destiny. And so I'm feeling like, you haven't missed the boat or anything. And I'm just saying like, it's possible that you are still learning. From the situation you're in. And if you still needed to learn, then you needed to learn. You're going to just do your best with what you have. This is just what your higher self is trying to bring to your attention. Like basically saying, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Do you want to address this? Let's see what it is though, okay? Yeah, contradiction and Mars came up for under the inner child card. So what I'm thinking is this is definitely, like I said, like I sensed something in your childhood is telling you that you can't do this. Like some belief that was put into you through the programming you got in childhood. And it could just be that your family doesn't believe that they can live at that level. It could be like you're entering a different socioeconomic class. And your family's beliefs is that they live on a lower level. It could be anything like that. But this also has to do with your Mars, your will, and your drive. Like you may not even realize that your will to do this has been tied. That you may have been caught in self-sabotage around this issue for quite some time. You have an impact to make on the world. Like the world. Your reputation, your standing in the public is all going to be a part of this. Your career, perhaps, will be changing. Yep, this new opportunity may be in the realm of career, but the MC, the midhaven energy, is the career, the world, where the world sees you, and it's coming out under environmental awareness. So it's also how you see the world. Oh, wow, and this new opportunity is at home. Wow, okay, so this is interesting. So the I see, the energy of core programming of who you are on that inner basis and hidden benefit. It's like there is a good reason to stay in the fate loop. There's a benefit that you're getting at home from being how you are and not taking the opportunity. But this opportunity does benefit you as well in a way that you can't see right now at home. It's going to be like you're living opposite to how you grew up. Okay, under visualization came refill own cup. This is about taking responsibility for what you want to create in the world, and refilling your own cup involves literally giving yourself what you need instead of looking outside of yourself. And this is visualization, so perhaps even just starting with imagining that you can do this for yourself. Imagining a life where this is happening for you. Imagining that you are refilling your own cup. Literally picture yourself refilling your own cup. And then you're just going to give from the overflow. What are they giving? Let's talk more about this new opportunity, shall we? Spirit, I want to hear about this new opportunity. How will I do that? The cards that came out were hold vision and celebrate. So it's like, go back to holding the vision. This is like, but like, Spirit, what are we holding the vision of? Celebrating. Okay, in the place that you're most stuck at home, you're stuck in a situation at home, or from the home, the family home that you grew up in, like some way that you were programmed with and imprinted with, either from the home you lived in, or now it could even be happening now in the home that you're living in. You've got to look around and become aware of it, and then you probably already are, because that was the nature of this reading. And now you're going to be holding the vision of overcoming that. Picture yourself celebrating having overcome it. The opportunity is to realize you can overcome it. Okay, what's this opportunity? I'm getting Archangel Michael cards, so I'm going to just see. I mean, these flew out right away, right on the top of the deck from a leftover from the last reading, I think. Romance angels are helping you, and keep your eyes on the targeted intention. It's a way to make life more interesting. That's what I'm going to take. The romance angels are helping you, is because the romance of life is being introduced to you. They want you to keep picturing better for yourself. Keep picturing reasons to celebrate. Keep picturing refilling your own cup. Keep filling your own cup. It's a new opportunity. I mean, perhaps the new opportunity is with a relationship, and the only reason you haven't gone for it is because of stuff that's in you from childhood. There's a favorable outcome, according to Spirit and your guides. You have to imagine that outcome. This is an opportunity, and you don't even know the benefits that will come from it yet. But there's also a hidden benefit to you not going for it. So that's holding you back. And the benefit is something where you're being held comfortable in your place that you were programmed into as a child. But it's a contradiction, because it's keeping you from doing what you really want to do. Right? Do you feel that tension? Do you feel that contradiction? Do you feel this difference between who you are being and who you are showing yourself to the world as? It's a new opportunity in romance. I mean, if you're outside how the world sees you is being affected. I mean, perhaps it's a commitment that will be seen on the outside, you know? You could be buying a house. Yeah. And it's already here, guys. Basically, that's why it's just like we're just learning about what it is. It's like it's already resolved. It's a favorable outcome. All you have to do is keep really refilling your own cup and keep holding the vision and keep celebrating. Keep your vibration up, basically. And as far as the contradiction goes with your inner child, you know, that usually takes some releasing. But they're not even saying that. They're not even saying that you have to focus on going into those shadows in this particular pile. Your guides right now just want you to focus on believing it. You know, believing it. Holding the vision of it for yourself. In contradiction to what you were always told and believed that could be. Something's changed in your environment that gives this an opportunity now to be the way it is, right? It's like things aren't the way they used to always be. If you build it, they will come. Like, build it within your mind, in your imagination. Build it there first. Hold yourself there. Let your inner child live in that place. Oh, yes. Your inner child needs to go into that imagination place to use their Mars. Your drive and your will need a comfortable place to play a little bit, and that kind of puts you in a relaxed, eased state where your energy can kind of do what it needs to do better, right? Yeah. Anything else, Spirit? Just gonna get a few cards from this deck, which is not complete deck, but I've got some cards, you know, done for it already, and I just want to see. It felt like something could come out here about this new opportunity. It's an opportunity to become whole within yourself. It's weird because Spirit, in this case, your guides aren't even telling you to become whole to get the relationship. They're just saying, imagine the relationship, and the relationship, the new opportunity, is the thing that makes you whole. It's very opportunity for healing. And then what came is it's already done. It's time. Like, this is the clock, the timekeeper. It's just time. It's just time, and you're in new waters. It's like, so this is just a weird sea creature. He's kind of fiery. He's kind of a fish. He's kind of a cat. He's in water. You know, it feels like this isn't, it's like you are in new territory. This is also like a catfish. That's interesting. It's like the opportunity to come clean, the opportunity to be who you actually are, and pull in and integrate that part of yourself that was living as the child was told to live, and kind of bring yourself into this new opportunity to live a new way, and to bring back the parts of yourself that would have caused you to, you know, act more like catfishy. Catfishy would mean like, you know, presenting yourself one way to someone when you're another, like on the internet specifically. Okay? Might be very, very, it's weird. That might not apply to everybody. You know, just take it if it applies. 3 more cards flew out here before I put them down, and they were, anthill. So this is like something that's going to be enjoyed over time. This is like part of life. This is like part of the things that we do to live, right? So you're right on track. Love card came out, so this new opportunity definitely does have to do with love. It's just time to do it different. It's already happening. All you have to do is keep visualizing it. That's it. Like, keep knowing that it's there. Enjoy it. Enjoy being in it, with the parts of yourself that didn't believe they could be in it. And this, it's like, what did I mean by this card? It's like bushes. It's like bushes are making it hard to get to where the tree is. Let's see. I know I had a meaning for this card. There are berries. Okay, you're gonna find, life and nurturance where you didn't even think there was any. It's like where it was hard to get to, the environment had blocks. It was really hard to get there. There were things in the way. There were obstacles. It was like, is this poison? Is this good for me? I don't know. Like, it seems really abundant one moment, and then it seems like it's really a hassle the other. But as this card coming out as part of the opportunity, it's like the opportunity is that there will be, beautiful nurturance that you don't expect, because we've got this bush in bloom with berries, and Isis was more a card that was giving us clues about the nurturance and the coming together and the healing. So this situation is actually much, much bigger, much, much better than you ever even imagined. And the only reason you couldn't imagine that is because that's how you were trained as a child. That's the experience you had up to this point, and none of it was wrong. It's just that you had to learn certain things up until this point. Now you've learned certain things up until this point, and now Spirit and guides are allowing you, if you feel ready, to move out of this loop. And if you have more to learn in the loop, stay in the loop. But if you want to move out of this, when I say loop, I mean fate loop. I mean this part of your life, this segment of your life that you've just completed and learned a bunch. If you'd like to move out of that, then just visualize yourself moving on to that next step, and then you will notice the opportunity to do so when it comes along. Oh, wow. That was really beautiful. Thank you for letting me feel that with you. I'm excited for you and what that has to bring for you and mean for you. Very beautiful.